friends, my name is Kate Stetzner. I'm the Director of International Students at Grand Valley State University. We're here today on the hustling, bustling streets of Allendale, Michigan. I'm joined with my colleague, Louie the Laker. He knows all about success at Grand Valley State University. We're going to be interviewing the random strangers on the street, asking for their tips on academic success. Louie, pick our next random stranger. Random stranger in sunglasses. If you need help when you're working on a big assignment for a class, who should you ask? A, your classmates. B, Google it. C, no one, duh. Or D, your professor.
Well, I do ask Google everything, but I think I'd really like some help from my friends, so I'd say classmates.
Excellent answer. Louie and I agree. We also think that you should work with your professors if you have questions. Strong work, random stranger in sunglasses. High five. Louie, pick our next random stranger. Random hipster stranger. Can you tell me, true or false, do professors have office hours for each class that they teach?
I'm a student at Grand Valley, and I really love talking to my professors, and so I know for a fact that they do have office hours, and you can go talk to them during those times.
Strong work! Louie, go ahead and pick our next random stranger. Random stranger with her daughter. We just have one question for you. Do you believe it is important or is not important for you to introduce yourself with your name and a little bit about your background to your faculty members when you're a student at Grand Valley State University?
What do you think, honey? Should we say hi? I think we're gonna say hi.
Strong work. That is the correct answer. It is always a good idea to introduce yourself to your faculty when you're a student at Grand Valley State University. Louie, go ahead and pick our next random stranger. Hello, random stranger who's just returned from a visit to Pakistan. How are you today?
So good, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for joining us. I have just a question for you about Grand Valley State University. Do you believe that networking is only for fancy people in business attire?
Networking? Okay, let me tell you, because when I was in Pakistan, it was so important to network, and I'm going to use those people as references, so I would say it's not just for fancy people at all.
Strong work!
Thanks!
In fact, networking is critical for students at Grand Valley State University. You need your faculty and the staff members to help you build your community and your network while you're here in the United States. Additionally, staff in the Career Services Office can help you to reach professional resources in the community, the state, and the country. Louie, pick our next random stranger.
Hello!
Hello, random stranger who works in a greenhouse. How are you today?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for joining us and taking time out of your gardening.
Of course.
We have a question for you. Do you know at Grand Valley State University if all student organizations are just for fun, like BTW, the Quidditch Club, the Cricket Club, the Francophile Club? Are those all just for fun?
I feel like this is a trick question.
This is a tricky show.
Because you can learn and meet people, so I'm going to say no.
Strong work. In fact, all student organizations have the opportunity for you to network and create community. There are many student organizations that are just for fun and plenty more that will help you further your academic and professional goals. Whether it's conducting conferences, attending conferences, working with faculty on particular research projects, all within student organizations, meeting people who speak your language or want to learn how to speak your language. There are plenty of opportunities to network in student organizations. You can find out more about student organizations at the Student Life website. Louie, go ahead and pick our next random stranger. Hello, random stranger with the good fortune earrings. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining Louie and myself today. We appreciate you coming onto our show. We have a question for you today about library liaisons. Can you tell me at Grand Valley if our librarians A, shelve books, or B, help students?
Well, the correct answer, I think, has to be B.
Strong work! In fact, at Grand Valley, the library liaisons, the librarians, work with academic units and help students to identify particular databases and other academic resources for students to successfully research topics that are either assigned to them or that they're interested in learning more information about. Your library liaison can be found either working in the library or also through the website at the GVSU library. Louie, pick our next random stranger. Hello, random stranger with your emotional support animal. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm glad I have my friend Balto with me.
Me too. I'm so glad to meet Balto. I have a question for you about group work at Grand Valley State University. As you know, group work is an essential part of learning here at GVSU.
Definitely.
Can you tell me how groups might be identified by faculty or students in a class?
Sometimes the professor will just divide you up randomly based on the alphabet or something, or sometimes based around a project you can pick which group.
Strong work! In fact, group work is essential at Grand Valley. You will find yourself working with classmates on all types of projects in nearly every class you take at Grand Valley. Our tip for success is to be sure and share your contact information and gather the contact information from the other members of your group. Some professors will assign you groups and others will allow you to pick your own group. We recommend that you don't pick to be in group with only your friends. Diversity of ideas is also important for success in group work. Louie, go ahead and pick our next random stranger.
Oh, it's hot in Allendale today. Hi.
Hello, random sweaty stranger. How are you?
I'm good, a little warm, but how are you?
I'm good. We are going to talk about a topic that does make students sweat.
Oh, okay.
We have to talk about plagiarism. I have an important question for you. I'm going to give you some examples of plagiarism.
Okay.
And I'd like you to tell me if they are or are not plagiarized. Number one, does plagiarism include copying a friend's paper?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Excellent. Number two, does plagiarism include working with friends on an assignment and everyone submitting the exact same answers?
That's a really, really clear sign that you definitely cheated, so that's plagiarism.
Correct. Number three, if you forget to cite a source.
Well, if you do it on purpose, it is.
I think you need to consider that forgetting to cite a source in any case is plagiarism.
Yeah.
Number four, if you use parts of other people's ideas and add some of your own.
Yeah, not good. That's also plagiarizing.
Good job. Number five, if you quote other people but switch out just a few words.
No, that's plagiarizing, not good.
Number six, what if you pay someone to write your paper for you?
What do you mean? Nobody's ever done that. I've never heard of that, but that definitely sounds wrong.
Strong work. And my final question is, what if you hand in a paper that you wrote in one class for another class?
That one seems trickier because it's still your work, but you're sort of presenting it as if it's new just for that class, so I'm gonna say probably, yeah, that's plagiarizing.
Strong work. You got them all correct. There are many forms of plagiarism, and you need to be sure that you are clear on what your professor's expectations are. The Writing Center in Lake Ontario Hall or in the Knowledge Markets in the library or downtown will be able to help you to understand the clear rules around plagiarism and your own individual work. Louie, go ahead and pick our next random stranger.
Hi.
Hello, you must be a tourist to Allendale, Michigan. Welcome to Michigan.
Thank you. What a great place. I can't wait to go to the lake.
It's going to be fabulous.
Oh no.
I have a question for you
Yeah.
about Grand Valley State University. As a tourist, I'm sure that you've done a lot of research on our website. I'm wondering if you can name some of the places that students at Grand Valley can go to get academic support.
Okay, well, it's funny you ask because the campus is so beautiful. I've walked around for 2 days in a row, so I've noticed there's so many great resources. One of the ones that I really liked is the Writing Center. I need a lot of help with my writing. The other ones I've seen are, I believe it was called the Tutoring Center. And inside the really beautiful library, there's that area, they call it the Knowledge Market. That one looks cool. There was nobody there, so I couldn't really talk to them. Let's see, what else? Oh, and the Speech Lab. That's so cool.
Great work, strong work. And there are plenty of places for you to get support at Grand Valley State University. Ask your faculty member if you're struggling with a particular class. Ask a classmate if you need assistance. You may find a different student who was in the class in the previous semester to help, or go to any of our professional support areas on campus for additional one-on-one help.
Are we done?